They make the smaller one as a 2-seat engine. And then here you've got your Cessnas, you've got your Moonies, and you've got your Beechcraft and your Cherokees. This little guy, I don't remember if that's a Cessna or not, because they also have something called Pipers. They call them the 120s and the 150s. These engines are basically piston engines like a regular car, except they're souped up for higher RPMs, right? Same thing for the helicopter, because they got to spin that propeller. This is the Mooney, they call it the low wing. That's your high wing, along with that one. That's an actually, come on, check this out. If you look on that airplane, see how it's got a bigger window?
Yeah.
That's so that a guy in the back with the camera can do some surveying while the guy's flying. These small ones here, they use them for like training. If we go down, further down, this is Hangar 1, Hangar 2, down to where they have the medevac helicopters, you'll see a bunch of these little guys right here. That's the flight school. This used to be an old World War II hangar, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And if you look at the signs where you park, they've got pictures of old school people that were here, right?
Yeah.
And apparently it was a family that started the flight school years back for the war, and then they shut down after that. This is your turboprop. When they say turboprop, that means it's 2 engines. Anything with a single propeller, of course, is a single engine. And if you look at how their airplanes are different, they got the low wings and they got the high wings. Those are just different aerodynamic features of the maker. Mooney made the lower wing, Cherokee and them made the upper wing, the high wings. And then some have the retractable landing gear, and then some have the fixed. See, that one retracts. That one goes in. This one stays fixed. If you see them with the little bars like that, see, that one retracts too. So this is where they do all the maintenance, all the airplanes. That was an old airplane, an older Cessna, you can tell by just looking at the engine, the way it's shaped. And then the newer models, you see them more kind of aerodynamic, more like curvy. And if you look, this is an engine that's starting to open. A car's engine is like this. An airplane's is what they call horizontally opposed, like this. Unless you've got one that's like that one, they've got pistons all the way around like this, 360. But you got your alternator just like a regular car. You got your muffler like a regular car. It's a carburetor like a regular car. And these airplanes, they take something called avgas, so it's blue or green. It's not like regular gasoline unleaded or diesel, because it's got to burn really, really, really fine. Because if it doesn't burn, you have an engine failure and then you can't fly anymore. So that's an older model engine. This is somewhat of an older model airplane too. This is the Cessna 170. All the mechanics working here. This is where they stage all the airplanes that need to get fixed. Yep. Any questions, concerns, comments? Rolling with my homies?
He's probably all in awe. Because if we're not here taking pictures of y'all's planes coming, we're at the airport.
How old are you? Of a lot of pilots. I'm not a fixed wing guy. I'm a rotor wing guy. I fly the one outside. I flew in the Army. I was a Black Hawk pilot, so I got to do that many years. Went to Afghanistan, had some fun. But I was like you, man. I saw an old helicopter land one day at the high school. I was like, dude, that's what I want to do. And ever since I got stuck with it. I'm also a policeman, so I do policing that work. I'm actually trying to get a job right now with the Texas Parks and Wildlife, so I can fly for those guys. That'd be awesome. But I'll tell you right now, you're 11. In about 5 years, you can start flying as a student pilot. I think at age 16, and then 17 and 18, you get your private, and then you can get your commercial, and by the time you're 18 and out of high school, you can have a job.
Oh, wow. I didn't think it was that young.
But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be very expensive. But in my opinion, if you invest $60,000 to $70,000 into your career, you'll make that back.
Yeah.
Like this, in a heartbeat.
And not only that, but you enjoy your job.
Correct. The reason I went to the police academy was because it was only $2,000 to go to school. And then my college was paid for by the Army, so I knocked that out.
Nice.
Yeah. So whenever the Army accepted me for flight school, I took off because it cost me $750,000. Oh, wow. But I didn't pay that. The government paid for it. But I did pay $60,000 out of my own pocket to do my private pilot, so. It's an expensive hobby. These machines cost a lot of money. A lot of money.
That's quite an epic start I know all my life. That's why I'm like,
Where'd you go to school? Huh? It has totally different controls than an airplane. Okay. It kind of flies very similar. You like science?
somewhat.
All right, then you better start liking it because you're going to learn physics. And if you don't understand physics, you won't understand how these things work. But if you can understand physics, you'll know how it works.
He doesn't have physics yet.
You will later. You will later
Yeah.
on.
And he'll probably be really good at that because he's a good student.
So basically what you got here is you got your power plant, which is your spinning here, and then you got your transmission right here, which turns power to that. So it's a big L, right? So just below this is where the engine's at. And what drives it is these little bands right here. It's a clutch. So you've got a pulley up here and a pulley down here. So it connects the bottom to the top. Okay, and that's how it makes the power to go back that way. To spin this guy and this guy. And both of them have to work simultaneously at a very high revolution per minute. The pedals on a helicopter are called the anti-torque pedals. The reason it's called an anti-torque pedal is because when this blade turns that way, the nose of this airplane wants to go this way. So then you've got to put some left pedal or right pedal to keep yourself straight. Your collective, if you look up at the blade, look what it's going to do. Look up at the blade. I'm going to pull up on it. What did it do to the blade?
It switched.
It switched it, right? So I'm going to push it back down. Makes it flat, right?
Yeah.
So basically what it does is on both ends, as they go this way, because they don't go, they got to go opposite of each other. Because they both got it when they're spinning in the same plane of rotation, it's grabbing the air. And if you ever look at a submarine in the ocean, and you look at an airfoil, they look the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Right? Because water is not only in the ocean, but water is up there. Those clouds are made of water. That's what I'm saying. You got to understand science, right? And these characteristics of these airplanes go off of that. Okay, so like whenever you swim in the water, do you swim like this?
Yeah.
Or do you doggy paddle?
Right.
You do like this. So what do you think you're doing when you do that?
You're moving?
You're moving, right? So you're displacing water, right? Because your body, by natural, because you have lungs in the air, you want to float, right? So whenever you're spinning like this, you're creating what we call a vortice. Same thing with this in the air. And if you ever look at a movie with an airplane or a helicopter that's got smoke, when they go through the smoke sieve, you see circles. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So collectively, it moves both blades together. Now, I'm going to move the cyclic. Most people want to call it a joystick. It's not a joystick, it's a cyclic. So check it out. I'm going to spin it. Tell me what it does. It's moving everything together, correct?
Yeah.
Because what this is, when Igor Sikorsky invented the helicopters, this is basically a gyroscope, like a spinning top. Okay, so when you put an input on the cyclic, it's going to take 90 degrees later to make that turn. So that's why this thing goes forward, left, right, and back. And your collector makes it go up and down, and your pedals make it go left and right. Who would have thought, right? And that's how a helicopter works.
That's nice.
Yeah, this thing is way more complicated than that. That is easy.
How much do they weigh? Because I saw you dragging it over like
This one weighs about 1,300 pounds.
Oh, okay.
1,300 pounds.
Because when I saw you dragging, I'm like,
But you notice I had tires. I had the
I didn't see
ground
that.
handling wheels, yeah. Yeah, this thing you have to move with the ground handling wheels. If not, you won't be able to move it. But she weighs about 1,300 pounds. The Blackhawk probably weighs about 15,000 pounds. Fuel and about 14 soldiers is about 22,000 pounds. And I can still carry about 5,000 pounds of water on the hood.
How many people does this sit?
This one sits 4 total. The pilot, the payload is 3 passengers. And the reason that we worry about weight is because you can crash these things. The hotter the weather is, the more dangerous it is. The cooler it is, somewhat better. If it's like in the middle, like 50s, 60s, it's even better. But on the hot, they call it high, hot, and heavy, this thing will not be able to grab the air that's in the air, the molecules in the air, and it'll actually just literally descend, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta learn physics, man. Science, man. That's important for you to understand because it applies to you every day in this world, especially in the aviation world. I didn't know that until I was like, oh, I think this flies. No, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. You gotta understand. But yeah, there you go. Yes, sir. That's how it goes. Yeah, y'all welcome.